Oh, baby. Is there music? I don't hear no music.
What up, football fans? Welcome to another episode of the Blitz. I'm your host, Big Need Some Vitamin C because I'm sick as shit. And you all know the co-host, Mike Jones. Sorry, we're going a little bit early. I took some medication. I don't know how long I'm going to be up for. So I thought we busted out a little bit early. So bear with us. I apologize for the inconvenience, but we're here.
Yep.
How's it going, Mikey?
Oh, just chilling, relaxing. I'm feeling a little under weather myself. So you said, let's go early. I'm like, let's get it done, get a nap in before I go to work. But I mean, a little disappointed in some football this weekend. I thought I'd get at least one of those picks, you know what I'm saying? But, Captain Dickhead over there has to win both the games. So, I mean, technically you're going to be the pick champion for the playoffs. And I'm okay with that. I got the regular season, beggars can't be choosers. Got to take what you can when you can. Just a reminder, you come in, hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment. The links are in the chat if you want to stop in and say hi. The links for our pages are also up in the chat. So other than that, other than being sick, how you doing, brother?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to win the overall pick'ems too, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No. I was 2 ahead, so now we're even. So it's going to come up to this last game.
All right. Yeah, today was a wonderful day besides being sick. It was a beautiful Monday. And for one reason and one reason only.
Oh, here we go.
Is that the Buffalo Bills have absolutely won nothing again. All you Bills fans out there, you have absolutely won nothing again. All your hard work, your bragging, we're the greatest, we're the best, Josh Allen, JA 17 forever, for nothing. You lose again. Because Pat's your daddy. You want to show the pictures of Josh Allen holding the baby dolphin? Yeah, Josh Allen suckles from the nipple of Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen better get his shit together and on Father's Day get him that daddy ring sent to him. Better be all carroted out and everything.
If it didn't happen this year, it's never happening.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The only
chance the Buffalo Bills ever have a winning a Super Bowl, sniffing a Super Bowl, is they better hope and pray that a team like the Baltimore Ravens knocks the Chiefs out before they get an opportunity. Because Josh Allen can't beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. He just can't do it. He just can't do it. Now, these Bills fans will cry and, that wasn't a completed pass at the 5-yard line. We got the first down on the 4th and short. Come on, man. Come on. The way I see it, the 4th down play, the ruling on the field was you were short.
Yep.
There was not enough evidence to overturn it.
Nope.
From every angle that I seen, Josh Allen did not have the first down.
Right.
His body, when he initially took the snap and moved forward, he was stuffed.
Yep.
And then any progression he made after that, his back was towards the line.
Yeah, he kind of rolled off, right?
Which means the ball was on the other side of Josh Allen's body, not facing the first down marker. So even if Josh's body crosses that line, the football doesn't, because the football's behind him. As far as the ball that was tossed up and the Buffalo Bills player looked like he was going to come down with the interception, and then Worthy got his arm on it and pulled it away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the play was overturned. It was never going to be an interception because there was offsides on the defense, or a holding on the defense. So
Right.
Kansas City was going to still keep the ball. So what was the ball going to get moved back 10 yards, 15
Right.
yards at the most? You act like it was going to be your ball or something. No, Kansas City was still going to have first down and 20, first in the red zone, which there's a good possibility they were still going to score. So I mean, these guys can blame the refs and blah. I've seen a lot of Buffalo Bills fans saying they're boycotting the NFL. Go ahead.
Oh, so they're sore losers.
Go ahead.
That's where you're getting?
You guys had an opportunity at the end to drive down the field.
Yep.
And win the game. And you were unable to do it. Josh Allen was unable to do it. Josh Allen was fantastic all year long, but I said it all year. I said it all year when Buffalo Bills fans' heads got big and they were bragging, "Oh, we beat the Chiefs in the regular season, blah, blah, blah." Mm-hmm. I was here on this program saying it doesn't bother me at all because we've seen this before. We've seen this play out. We've watched this movie before. The Buffalo Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season because, let's face it, the Kansas City Chiefs are uninterested in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
They do not care about the regular season. They do not care about giving up their game plan for the playoffs. They don't care. They'll let you come in there and beat them. They'll let you get in your head to think that you have a chance. But when it's showtime, you couldn't get the job done.
Nope.
And what's scary about this is that Travis Kelce didn't have a big game.
Nope.
The Kansas City Chiefs they didn't have a running game. They beat you with Juju Smith-Schuster having 2 big catches. They beat you with their rookie receiver that the only reason they were able to draft that rookie receiver is because you traded that pick to him.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Buffalo, for giving them the fastest player in the draft. They just, Buffalo had a great season, but this is Buffalo and Josh Allen's peak.
Yep.
This is where they peak out at. And Josh Allen's always going to be second fiddle to Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes got a lot more years to play. So have fun, Josh Allen, being second best.
You better hope that Patrick's team is just riddled with injury, or they just don't have the team, because I was worried about Kelce. I was like, if they could shut down Kelce, but Kelce didn't even have a game like that. But all they did was they swapped out Worthy and Schuster on them crossing routes in the center, and it was open. And I can't say I wasn't expecting Kansas City to win. I was rooting for the Bills because I picked the Bills, but it is what it is. You talked about it all year. I've talked about it all year. I think that a lot of those games were lucky. I think that they definitely had luck. But you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether it was luck or not. The fact is they're in the playoffs and they're going to the Super Bowl, and the Buffalo Bills are not. Detroit Lions are not. The Ravens are not. All these teams that had all this hype coming into the playoffs. So at the end of the day, we're sitting here with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles yet again. And you know what? Who am I to say they don't deserve it? Because they are going for a three-peat. They are going to attempt history. And gosh damn, I say it could be a really good game. And I'm excited to see how Saquon performs in his first year as a Philadelphia Eagle in the Super Bowl.
Damn, bro, you're jumping out the window. We haven't even gone over that game.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. They all know who won. You crazy?
But still,
I didn't talk about that game. I'm talking about the Super Bowl.
I mean, you're talking about Super Bowl. That's the game after.
Yeah, well, fuck it. Whatever.
But anyway, the Kansas City Chiefs are on the verge of history. Just take a look at Tom Brady, considered the GOAT, 7 Super Bowl rings, seemed, before Tom Brady, the record was 4. And then Tom Brady came along and won 7 Super Bowls, and you're like, nobody's ever going to touch that. But look at what Pat Mahomes has done in 8 seasons. In 8 seasons, he could be winning his 5th Super Bowl already. 5th. 7 AFC championship games. It's just unheard of. I mean, it's a stretch, but Patrick Mahomes could have his 7th Super Bowl title in his 10th season. Yeah, and I mean, that's, like I said, that's pushing it. That's into the future. A lot could happen between now and then, but I don't see anybody that can knock off the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, every year we think this team can do it, this team can do it, this team can do it. Yeah, at the end of the year, who's at the finish line but the Kansas City Chiefs? So very impressive performance by them. Kudos to them. I have the deepest sympathy for all Bills fans. Not really. But anyway, yeah, Buffalo, congratulations. You won the AFC East again.
Yay. I'm sure.
And then we had the NFC playoff game. We had the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, the Philadelphia Eagles won. Another outstanding game from Saquon Barkley. He just continues to amaze me. Again, I'll repeat that the general manager for the New York Giants should be fired just off the simple fact you let this guy walk out the door. If you're a fan of the New York Giants, if you're the owner, if you're fellow players, you have to be utterly disgusted that Saquon Barkley was on your team year after year after year, yet you did not put the proper offensive line in front of him. You didn't put any other weapons to go along with him. You just wasted him. And you got to be sick to sit here and watch this guy have one of the greatest seasons in NFL history in his first year with his new team. And you let him walk out the door. You let him walk right out the door. A generational talent. Just such a team guy, too. Such a unselfish and team first guy. Does everything the right way. You let walk out the door. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely embarrassing for the New York Football Giants franchise. They should be ashamed of themselves. And if I was a Giants fan, I'd probably hang it up. But good thing I'm not a Giants fan. Anyway, if you know any Giants fans, check in on them. Check in on them. Make sure they're safe. Make sure that they're cared for. Listen, this game it wasn't overly close, but it was close enough that you felt Washington still had a chance all the way up until the fourth quarter. And then, to be honest, the turnovers just ended up getting to them. First 2 games of the playoffs, Washington didn't have any turnovers. Yesterday, they ended up having 3. Off of 3 turnovers, the Philadelphia Eagles scored 3 touchdowns. That's just a recipe for disaster. Jaden Daniels continued the fight. Zach Ertz had a huge game. It was just there just wasn't enough. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles rushing attack was just too much. This Philadelphia Eagles rushing attack is something like I don't remember ever seeing before in the NFL. Where you got a quarterback who's got 14 plus rushing touchdowns. Your running back's got 14, 15 rushing touchdowns. Yesterday, they combined, Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley combined for 6 rushing touchdowns. That's amazing. That's amazing. How do you beat that? How do you stop that? The tush push, I really think the NFL needs to do something about it. It's unfair. It really is unfair. Now, there's aspects of it that I'm all right with, but there's other aspects that I'm not all right with. I'm not all right when the quarterback leaves the ground. He's no longer able to help himself move forward. Yet he body surfs 3-4 yards for a touchdown. I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair that a quarterback gets uplifted and carried into the end zone. It's not fair. It's not fair that on this tush push, it all relies on the second effort. Because initially you get the set hike, the lines collide. 95% of the time, there's no movement forward of the offensive line. It's all about the continued wiggled forward, the continued push forward. Mm-hmm. It's impossible to stop. Like, it's a unfair advantage, and I don't understand why more teams aren't trying to skins. You're tripping. You're gonna get us canceled. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like Nick Sirianni. I don't like Vic Fangio. I was really hoping that Washington could pull it off. The only bit of happiness that I get is that I want to see Saquon Barkley succeed, but I really feel bad for the Washington Commanders. But hey, this Washington Commanders team, they got a bright future. They got something like $80 million in cap space coming up. Mm-hmm. They got the potential to be a great team moving forward. You haven't heard the last of them. Jaden Daniels, Rookie of the Year, 100%. This kid's going to be a superstar in the making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And like you said, they haven't even they got all this cap room this coming off season, and they've done so much just this year that I don't think anybody was expecting. Nobody sits there and expects a rookie quarterback to go all the way to the championship game. So, and now with all these building blocks that they already have in place, just to be able to have all that money for this next season coming up, this is going to be a dangerous team next year. I mean, they were a dangerous team this year, but really, if they make the right moves, get the right personnel in there, they could be a really dangerous team, and that scares me because they're an NFC East team, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Definitely making it harder for those Giants. Yes, they are. So, yeah, I agree. And on the other side, the Philadelphia Eagles, they just too much. We were talking about the turnovers, and a lot of these games come down to turnovers, and unfortunately, Washington just had way too many turnovers to overcome, and they didn't have a chance. And then Philly pulled away and just put the burners on and didn't stop until they were done. So, but overall, Jaden Daniels, I don't think you can ask for a better rookie season, phenomenal season, definitely one of the best rookie seasons ever, if not the best. And I expect a lot. I expect to see a lot from him in the coming years. So we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, I mean, I fully expect this team to be fighting for the AFC or the NFC championship game again next year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with 80 million in cap space, in reality, you could, I mean, they're not going to probably go about it this way, but you could add four superstars to your team.
Yep.
You know, and that's without the draft too. You still got the draft. So this team can be light years better than what they are this year, and that's a scary thought. Jaden Daniels is probably going to be better than what he was this year.
Oh yeah,
that's a real scary thought because he's just got this calm, cool confidence about him. He doesn't get flustered. Even when things started going bad yesterday, he was still back in that pocket, just moving his team down the field, and that's the trademark of a real franchise quarterback. And I'm super stoked for them. I'm super jealous of their team. That's how you build a franchise. Dan Quinn's done a hell of a job over there. Definitely impressed with them. And now we get a rematch of 2 years ago Super Bowl, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. You got the mini goat versus the unstoppable tush pushers. It should be a hell of a game. Kansas City's favored right now. I'm actually a little surprised by that. We'll see if it doesn't change over the course of the weeks to come, but I would think Philly would be favored.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that too. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just with Saquon, and Jalen was supposedly hurt, but he looked fantastic. Again, he didn't have a lot of rushing yards, but he had rushing touchdowns. So I guess that's what's important. But that was
he
what I
threw
was.
He threw the ball well.
That's what I was concerned about. I was concerned that he's not going to be able to move, and I was thinking maybe Washington could take advantage of taking one of those aspects out of their defensive scheme, and it just didn't matter. Jalen, he can sit back there in the pocket. He was rolling just fine. He was running just fine when he had to, and obviously it wasn't that big of a deal if he's doing the tush push and shit. So, yeah, I definitely thought that he was going to be a little bit sore. He took a hit by his legs. I was concerned for a minute. I was thinking, oh, not that, but he got up like it was nothing. So, yeah, this Philly team I think is definitely going to give Kansas City a very difficult time in the Super Bowl. And they're my favorites. I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this one, but every time I pick against Kansas City, they go and show me why they're the world champions back to back, going for 3.
Yeah, they just got a different mentality. They operate different. They remain cool under pressure, and they know how to get it done. Andy Reid, he's got to be in consideration for one of the greatest coaches of all time. They're just an amazing what he's done here. Andy Reid, back when he used to coach Philly, he took them to the 4 Super Bowls, or 4 straight NFC Championship games. Mm-hmm. He was a fantastic coach over there. He's the all-time win leader for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. He's just an absolute all-time great coach, and you mix that with an all-time great quarterback, you're bound for lots of success. The Tom Brady and the Bill Belichick's, it's just amazing.
It's almost like he's got a totally different scheme when it comes to playoff time. It's like they play a normal game all regular season, and then it's like, oh well, it's playoff time, and they just take the last gear that most teams don't have, and they find a way to win. They're calm, they're cool, they don't panic, they don't get frustrated. They know what they're doing, and they move down the field like it's nobody's business. And that's what makes great quarterbacks, is you never want to let the quarterback like that have the ball last. And Unfortunately, Buffalo had their opportunities. Like, don't get it twisted. Buffalo had their opportunities to take this game. They had an opportunity, and they just didn't. Josh Allen just didn't have enough in him. It wasn't all on Josh Allen. Obviously, you have a crazy throw that he made that I thought he was just throwing up, and then Kinkley was right there. Was
Kincaid.
that Kincaid? And like you watch the replay, and I'm like, oh wow, that was a lot closer than I thought. But those are the big time plays that your players have to make. Those are the big time plays that can make a difference from you going home or you going to the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, you can't make those mistakes against the Kansas City Chiefs because you leave that door open and they will slam that shit on you and make you look silly. And that's pretty much what they did.
He had no excuse for not catching that ball. What up, Raphael? Yeah, Andy Reid never won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, but he took them to 4 straight NFC Championship games. I mean, that's impressive on its own. He did take them to the Super Bowl before, though. They ended up losing to the New England Patriots. But yeah, you got to consider Andy Reid one of the greatest of all time. As of right now, he's probably, I'd put him above Bill Belichick, honestly. I know Belichick's got more Super Bowls, but I mean, Andy Reid did it. Andy Reid did it with Patrick Mahomes, who could surpass Tom Brady as the greatest of all time. But Andy Reid never won a Super Bowl, but he had a ton of success with Donovan McNabb. When Donovan McNabb was out, Michael Vick. He turned Michael Vick back into a franchise.
Those are some of my favorite. Those were some of my favorite games to watch. Was Eagles Giants back in the day, like with Donovan McNabb, and like those were when the rivalries were so. I don't know. It's just like the Giants have been so bad that when we play our rivals, it's not really a rivalry game anymore. It doesn't feel like a rivalry game. Of course, you want to win those games, but it's been a while since the Giants have been relevant enough to make those relevant. But Andy Reid was definitely a thorn in the Giants' side back when he was with the Eagles, and Donovan McNabb with his legs and the hell of an arm. So, yeah, I think Andy Reid is definitely up there for the top coach in the league. So, I'd have to agree with that statement. And,
yeah, Brian and he's not Dawkins done. was a stud at safety.
Mm-hmm. But that's the scary part is they're not done. Patrick's still young. There's still plenty of time. He can still. You just don't know. There's no real end to it until somebody's either really hurt or they just start losing, and that doesn't seem to be the route they're going. So,
well, Andy Reid is what makes him so impressive is that it's been years and years since he's really let Patrick Mahomes loose with the running the ball. I mean, does Pat Mahomes run? Yeah, when there's open opportunities, he'll skate forward for a first down and mosey out of bounds. But yesterday, they were calling running plays for Patrick Mahomes. And the Buffalo Bills couldn't have seen that coming.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they were using him. They're calling plays for Patrick Mahomes like he was Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So Andy Reid definitely knows how to game plan. I think Philadelphia's got the more talented team all around, but
Andy Reid comes in with a game plan.
You got Andy Reid versus Sirianni. It's not even a contest, bro.
Right.
It's not even a contest. I mean, the only thing that they can hope for is Vic Fangio can come up with a game plan to slow down Pat Mahomes, but we shall see.
I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, that's what it's like I said, that's what it seems like to me is that they have a different scheme, and they definitely have. They know, like, when they play the Buffalo Bills in these big games, they come out with something and they do something different that they don't generally do on a normal basis. And I just don't think, Buffalo's ever prepared. They can never take advantage and they can never figure out it. And these Kansas City Chiefs just do their business like it's nobody's business. And now they're going to a Super Bowl and they're going to be sitting there and good old Josh Allen has to sit here for another few months before he restarts a new season over again. And I think this is his best chance. I mean, who knows what's going to happen next year? Who knows?
Raphael says the Eagles are going to blitz Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the Kansas City Chiefs are probably going to blitz the Eagles.
They're going to have to figure out a way to counteract that. I mean, if Patrick Mahomes starts completing passes downfield, Xavier Worthy's one of the fastest guys in the NFL. I mean, if you're blitzing the safeties or you blitz the linebackers, you're leaving somebody free. And I don't know if there's a quarterback in the NFL that you would trust more to find the open man than Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, they beat the Buffalo Bills without a rushing attack yesterday, without Travis Kelce having a great game. That's scary. That's scary. You can understand if they beat the Buffalo Bills and they rushed for 150 yards, or Travis Kelce had 9 catches for a $125 and 2 touchdowns. You'd be like, oh, that's why they beat them. But the fact that they didn't have those stats and they still won, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
D-Hop, wide receiver. Yeah, D-Hop is at the end of his career. He hasn't really shown me much. As I was expecting more from him with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he just hasn't delivered. It's crazy how fast people really fall off that ledge. You know what I mean? They go from, I mean, it seems like he was having a great season with Kyler Murray just 2 years ago with the Arizona Cardinals. He gets traded over to the Titans and his career is straight over. You know what I mean? It's crazy how that works.
Yes, sir.
But we shall see. We shall see. I was telling, I had went live this morning and I had discussed Tyreek Hill finally went public about his comments after the final game. He was live on Twitch while he was on there playing video games, and he explained he was frustrated, you know, and he's like, you know, I bust my ass. I feel like I deserve to have the right to say something. He said, what other way are you going to get these people, referring to the front office, to make the moves that they need to make to improve this team if you don't say nothing? He said, we need some dogs in here. So everybody blown it out of proportion. I thought it was just frustration with Tyreek. I believe he still wants to be in Miami. He's not satisfied with losing. He's not satisfied with the current product. And you can't blame him. Did he go about things the right way? No. But all these fans out there, trade Tyreek, cut him, blah, blah, blah. He quit on the team. Shut up.
He was also not good.
Do you really want to cut Tyreek Hill? Do you really want to trade away our best player for nothing? You'll get nothing. For a 5th round pick, for a 4th round pick, that probably won't even make the team. And we'll still have to pay him most of the money this year. It's not like we're off the hook. It's not like we get to save $35 million if we get rid of him. No, we still got to pay most of that. There's no benefit of getting rid of this guy. He has brought this team more excitement in the last 3 years than I've had in the last 20 years of this Miami Dolphin football team. And you're just so quick to throw this guy out the window. And it's almost the same with Tua. They're so quick to throw Tua out, which do I think Tua's not available enough for us to really build around and to succeed on a consistent basis. But a lot of these fans act like they didn't just go through the last 25 years of absolute horrid quarterback play.
Right.
Like, I'm talking about absolute garbage. Garbage.
Not to mention, Tyreek was dealing with the hand injury too. Like, he still had a good season. He should have had the ball more, and that's nobody can't complain about that. He's a dynamic player. He gives you that ump on the offense. He did make some drops, obviously, but
He had a broken freaking wrist all year.
exactly. So there's a lot of reasons for all these things. There's a lot of reasons, and to sit there and jump on the get rid of Tyreek, I agree with you because when we were Giants, we had issues with Beckham and him throwing his little ass around and doing shit he probably shouldn't be doing. But you know what? When you have a player like that, it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes, yes, they're disruptive, but other times it's sometimes what you need to get. It's sometimes what the team needs. They need to hear that. They need to hear that somebody cares enough to make those statements, that somebody cares enough to let out their frustration. They're not afraid to let out their frustration. And, I was worried about it when he first did it, but like you said, you know him better than I would. You watch him more because he's obviously on the Dolphins. I mean, I know Tyreek from KC and all that, but you pay a lot more attention to those players on the Dolphins, and you're like, oh, he's just betting, and that's what he is. I mean, but you can't sit there and put it all on Tua. You can't sit there and put it all on Tyreek. You can't sit it. It's a team effort. Football is a team effort. Don't care who you are. If Patrick Mahomes didn't have a good coach like Andy Reid, or he didn't have good coaches like that, he probably wouldn't be going for a three-peat. Like, you need everybody on your roster. Not necessarily everybody, but for the most part, you are a team. You do everything as a team. So therefore, yes, you're allowed to get frustrated. You're allowed to voice your opinion. I think sometimes that's what they need.
Tua might be a bust of a pick. But think about this. Tua is still the best quarterback we've had since Marino's retired.
Facts.
Almost 30 years ago. Tua is still the best quarterback we've had in the last 30 years. So he might be a bust of a pick. You're right. We can't count on him to stay healthy. But
that's the biggest thing, though, is the health.
People forget what we've had prior to him. Now we can't build a contending team around a person that we don't know if he's going to be there week after week. Chad Pennington is not better than Tua. Chad Pennington was here for a cup of coffee anyway. Like, he was here one season. I don't know if you count that.
No.
And the only reason Chad Pennington made the playoffs, let's keep it real, is because Tom Brady went down week 1. That's the only reason.
Right.
So Chad Pennington gets a lot more flowers around this place, around Miami,
than deserved.
Yeah. I mean, Chad Pennington was an accurate quarterback with a weak arm. He is Tua, except he could stay healthy.
He didn't have concussions.
I mean, he is Tua. Who did Chad Pennington beat that year that he won the division? What, we went 10-6? Did we have Ricky Williams, though? I know we probably at least had Ronnie Brown. Jay Fiedler, hell no. Come on, Raphael, stop it. Jay Fiedler was throwing 124 yards a game. Come on. Jay Fiedler was carried by a defense. Stop it, brother. Raphael, you better stop it right now. You capping. Stop it. Jay Fiedler was Tua. Bro, that's what happens, though. You forget. Go look at Jay Fiedler's stats. Game by game, go look at his stats. 135 yards passing, 140 yards passing. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Jay Fiedler might have 40 touchdown passes in a career. I gotta use the body. Hold on.
Oh man. See how he just does that? Just dips on us. Just dips on us, yo. Just dips. And I'm not talking no damn Dolphins, so don't y'all expect me to say nothing about no Dolphins. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll talk about, I don't know. Talk about taking a nap. Who wants to take a nap? Let's go. Podcast over. Big C's never coming back. Never. Who you got in the Super Bowl, Raphael? Who do you got? I asked him. Who he has in the Super Bowl. Damn, that was quick, bro. Did you even shake?
Yo, Raphael, go to bed.
I got you.
Raphael, go to bed.
That's who I got. That's who I got, Raphael.
Raphael saying Marcus Vick, Sage Rosenfeld. Come on, brother. Stop it. Raphael, I can't believe the hate is real tonight. Holy hell. Costa Nostra, you see what Raphael's spitting over here? You see what Sage Rosenfeld, Marcus Vick. You see Raphael capping over here. Sage Rosenfeld, Marcus Vick, Jay Fiedler. Come on, brother. Costa Nostra says, "What up, Mike Jones?"
Oh man, what up, brother? Who you got in the Super Bowl? Who do you got? Who do you got?
Nah, we definitely need to find a replacement for Tua. But like I was saying earlier, don't be surprised when this Miami Dolphins team is the best team that Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer have put around Tua in the 4 years that they've been together. All because Chris Greer is going to mortgage the future. He's going to create as much cap space as possible by pushing contracts down the road. And we're going to have a really strong team, I believe, this year. They're going to plug the holes. They're going to bring in some talented players. And if Tua can stay healthy, this team's probably going to be really good. It's probably going to be the best team that we've had. And this team has been to the playoffs. So if this is the best team that we've had and Tua can stay healthy, that means that we're going to have an opportunity to win a playoff game. That means we're going to have the opportunity to maybe win 2 playoff games. And where's that land you? That lands you in the AFC Championship game.
Doom, doom, doom.
So we shall see. We're going to start doing some mock drafts here shortly. Costa Nostra wants a three-peat. He wants to witness history. I like that, Costa Nostra.
You're going to witness.
People take it for granted.
You're going to witness history regardless. I mean, because I believe if KC goes down, Saquon's going to have a crazy game, and he's already had a historic season. So
yeah, but it's nothing like three-peat.
It's nothing like a three-peat. I get that, but either way, you're going to see something magical depending on who wins.
Yeah, but a three-peat, the first time it's ever happened in NFL history, is just remarkable. It's three-peat. Nah, you gotta respect the history. You gotta respect greatness. You get the opportunity to visualize this. You know how many people have watched football for how many years over the course of their lifetime and never witnessed this? It's amazing.
All of us.
It's absolutely amazing. So, yeah, we're going to start pushing mock drafts together. Probably a lot of mock drafts. You're going to see a bunch of them. I mean, this is the slow time of football season. You work up to free agency, starts in March. We're going to look at free agents, look at people's cap space, team needs. So we're going to go through a bunch of stuff. But yeah, like I said, I'm feeling under the weather. I took some medication, got me a little.
That's why I told him I was like, I don't know if he'll come back.
But I appreciate y'all stopping in. Make sure to check me out in the morning for another episode of the Finn Posse podcast. Stripe Club season is here. Is it, man? The refs didn't beat the Bills. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. And we'll be back Wednesday with another episode of the Blitz. Any closing words, Mike?
Hey, thanks for kicking it with us. Please remember, like, to smash
Actually,
that
we might
like
hit
button.
you. We might hit you Friday with the. We might go Monday to Friday on the Blitz just because it's just a slow time of the year. There's not a lot to talk about.
But we are working on coming up with a different podcast, just talk show, just regular everyday issues. So we're gonna fill our time. We're gonna fill our time. That we will. Well, remember, hit that like button, smash that shit, like, subscribe, share, comment. As always, links are always in the chat. If you boys ever want to stop in and have a convo with Big C, obviously, because you're Finns fans. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate everybody, and we'll see you next time.
All right, fam. We'll see you next time. Check out Finn Posse Podcast tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Until then, fins up.
Keep this kick moving.